Listen, let's click on
All right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Then you click on the other one. You say add the AC all the way on this.
Okay.
AC all the on the street from where the island view.
All right, but echoing.
It's still echoing.
You didn't have the phone?
Yes. It's still echoing. Make sure you mute all the other the tablet and make sure you mute everything.
Everything new.
Everything mute. Load the follow.
Let me see.
Load all the follow. Load that on the computer or on the tablet. Load all the follow.
Everything low.
Yeah, there will be also load the follow on the tablet. On the computer. Load the computer.
Like that?
Low A. They follow low or they follow. When they follow low A. Alright. Because the computer mark on. So if you talk, the mark computer A. Alright. Now when we go on the app, when we go on the page and to see what I say echoing.
All right, go see.
You are going laugh when you know.
Hold on.
So that's like all the camera. So any camera you don't want, you just click on it and then where you go. Is that echoing again? You take it as in there.
All right.
Yeah, listen.
All right, let me play music and see. So you can check it out. Let me turn my phone.
Let me see here.
Battery 100%. Connected to iPhone.
Every day, my enemy like me, I mean every day. What kind of God said me? Yeah. I want lollipops and show me shaking. But I must say I won't give up on that, baby. Yeah. Every level is another devil. Question they hustle, they tussle in your own set people. What does it kill you, make you stronger? I make the wonder every time they see I go under. I'm taking over. Very people, I know you all by my side. When I come for me, go compare me on that my life. Yeah. The way I'm patient and I'm ready for my time. When I come for you, go test me, don't forget to give my time. Now you my life, oh. My friend back, oh. I know you will keep on coming for me in the dark, oh. Still there, give up, baby, still there. The way I know I spoil my enemy, I got you up.
Yeah. All right, go. Great. I think I see.
So J-Packo, it's okay. Just be without the C, but it's okay.
Why is this one off? The main camera on the way off. Let me see. But the tablet on. Yeah. It say you are in the show. Oh, I can see. All right. Okay, see you now. It's better.
How you put on that too strong with me?
Yeah.
Like male strength bigger. Okay, okay. Let's start it.
Begin at tonesaudio.com.
They ask me, J, how you gonna do that? Second come,
I got water. You need
so I
water?
go just will you not
Yeah, it's
shit. Yeah, for the chick. Yeah, I got love for the hit. I got love for the cold. I got love for the drop. I got love for the cold. I got love for the hit, the drop, and the cold. Speaking to me, now I'm busy. Who know what I know? Let me hear you say hit cold, drop cold, hit cold. Let me hear you say hit cold, drop cold, hit cold. Let me hear you say drop cold, hit cold, drop cold. Let me hear you say hit cold, drop cold, hit cold. Yeah, I got love for my city. 231 at the cold. I did one for my village. My people know how I roll. I represent for hip hop, but I do it for the trap. United States of Uruguay, we putting it on the map. Take away my ability, you can take away my nationality. Identify to be recognized. You speaking Kolokwa to me, you that's because Kolola the language, no editing, we bringing it raw. We building the preachers, connecting the flow to every global. Hip hop, trap code, that only me get it pink code. It'll give us a promo, that only me have to fit code. Shout out to all my snappers, all my hip hop soldiers. I can do this one for the culture because I got love for all of you. I got love for the beat. I got love for the trap. I got love for the cold. I got love for the heat, the trap, and the cold. Speak it to me now, I feel it. Cool, what I know, let me hear you say hit cold, trap cool, hit cold. Let me hear you say hit cold, trap cool, hit cold. Let me hear you say trap cool, hit cold, trap cool. Let me hear you say hit cold, trap cool, hit cold.
My baby now wake you up, cracking that most of these rappers behind the wall. I put my all in my music, it's more than just passion. I go to the end of my house. It's gonna take it back to front of better like me for the present to know it. I ripped the top over and said, fucking I had to put the jump out of doing because I was just tired of working never spot. Man, the only thing I wanted was the man. I never knew about hip hop, shop, but baby, all I ever wanted was to rap. There's some things that started happening after separating hip hop, man, and thought it better than all. I was scared to thought was better than y'all. Yeah, we can't stay back on me back on it. I just respected the culture before then I'm sorry. Yeah, but hip hop, shop, but baby, all I ever wanted was I'm a word, but I now will be too that because you're deep at the way. And I was fortunate to go on a holiday, but it's full of play. Martin Luther never had a dream, but I
I got love for the hit. I got love for the cool. I got love for the drop. I got love for the cool. I got love for the hit, the drop, and the cool. Speaking to me now, I feel it. Cool, I know let me say hip cool, drop cool, hit cool. Let me say hip cool, drop cool, hit cool. Let me say drop cool, hit cool, drop cool. Let me say hit cool, drop cool, hit cool.
Tonesaudio.com. Begin at tonesbybeer.com.
I told you I gonna bring this together one day. Yeah, cool.
What's up with everybody, man? You already know we locked down right here in MME TV, La Brewer Self-Culture Podcast Live. Alright, so good evening, good afternoon, wherever play you're right now with the ball, Crown Web Ball, aka that I be D Money. I'm locked in today with J-Packo. You know, one of the superstars from Congolese side, from the Congolese side. You know the name, already know the Congolese. And you know, he's a big soccer player, you know what I'm saying, professional soccer player for that matter. But the man came to showcase with their own self-culture, you know. So we're going to be having a lot of good lecture here. Just stay tuned and join us. You know, if you have any question, make sure you comment in the comment section. We'll try to respond to you, okay? But big shout out to J-Packo for coming through. You know, self-culture, we discuss about the culture. We discuss about everything that is going on in the community. I know you've been in Iowa for a while before you move out, so definitely going to get into your story. You know, and stuff like that. So, welcome. If I'm speaking too much, so nobody get here while I'm saying, stop me and, you know, and I'll try to fix it, you know. But I know you did a lot of like real mistakes. I'm going to say, yeah, but welcome to Self-Culture, you know, on MME TV, like, bro. I'm happy to have you. Can you please introduce yourself for everybody watching?
First of all, I would like to thank you, to appreciate you for for having me in your platform. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is J-Packo. I'm originally from DR Congo. Yeah.
So DR Congo, is that simply like Falipupa country?
Yeah. So
okay.
Pretty much feel like the same tribe, the same village, with Fali.
Okay. That's good. Mm-hmm. So what about soccer? I know you're good. You're a very good soccer player. Are you still playing soccer or you retired?
No, I mean, on a professional level, I retired, man. I retired. That was a long time. 2017, I retired playing professional, but we still play.
Yeah, just
we did for fun to keep our fitness.
Okay, that's
good. The stomach, and so with the American food, if you don't run, it goes. So yeah, we still play because of the love of the game. So yeah.
All right, that's good. So you coming back to the community, back to Des Moines, Iowa. I know you moved out of Des Moines, Iowa for a little bit. What did you move to when you moved from Des Moines, Iowa? What city?
I moved to Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2019. Yeah. I was in Des Moines. I always say Des Moines is home.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you are home, you can go abroad and try and come back. So I was in Dallas. I did whatever I did, and I felt like okay, here it always feels home. So that's why I'm glad to be back.
Okay, that's good. And we're happy to have you in the community always. You've always been involved in a lot of things in the community. So I know you see they have a lot of stuff coming up. They have a soccer tournament coming up too, where they have guys registering $750 for each team, and they get to win like $10,000. So it's like a huge tournament they have going on. So you being back on board, I'm pretty sure one of those men will come check you late by to come play for that team.
I'm ready, for the level of the game. I know this year is going to be, full of a lot of excitement when it comes to sports, especially soccer, football, like we normally call it. And the World Cup here in the US, which is the major tournament, in the football world, and also like those tournaments we normally have in the community. Right. It normally helps to bring people together. Like I'm originally from Congo, but I'll say 99% of my friends are Liberians. You know what I mean? And what I like the most is to see different cultures, like see people from Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Congo, and when you come together, it's always bring that good vibe, and this country there are a lot of stuff going on, and people go through depression, they go to work, stress, whatever. But when people gather, for those kind of events, it's always a good thing to see. So I'm looking forward to see how it goes.
Right. That'll be good. Me too. I'm excited. I want to see this year to be a better year, better than last year. You get what I'm saying? Um, I want to see more African unite, like it used to be back then. So I'm looking forward to see this summer being very fun than last summer. And we want to get involved in a lot of activity. We want to make sure the kids are safe to come out and have fun. So we're hoping for the best this summer. We all want to have fun. People want to stay out of trouble, but right now it's not the best time to cause trouble because if you're documented right, they're gonna have to deport you back for all the record that you have in the past. You get what I'm saying? So if you're stepping out this summer because you wanna, be with somebody or you wanna cause trouble, it's fine. But just make sure your document is correct. Because if your document is not correct, you're gonna get deported.
And the thing is, unless you are born here, because I've seen people who have got like the U.S. citizenship, because of the trouble in the past or their current trouble,
they revoked
it and they've been sent home. So I just think that it's not a good idea. We always, against violence. We like peace. We like, just like I say, we want this kind of community where you can go out with your kids, to have fun. Because most of the time, we know the Midwest, like we have like longer winters, you know what I mean? And summertime, I think it's kind of short period of time where people can be outside and enjoy it. So we need to, to use this kind of season, like, to spend more time with the kids outdoor and just to avoid to minimize violence. So it's very, very important.
Right, that's true. That's true. I totally agree with you. Okay, so J-Packo, let's go into your music career. I know you have switched over to doing music now that you're retired from playing soccer. What was the motivation in between? How do you manage to switch over to music? What motivated you or what inspired you to want to do music instead of?
So, thank you. That's a very good question. So, music always been my thing. It's not that okay. I'll just switch because no. Even when I was playing professional, I was still singing. I started when I was a kid, in church, and I grew up from in a Christian family, and back in the days, my parents they gave me like an ultimatum, like the only way I could do music it was to church, like no secular music, and because I love soccer and like football. I was like, I put music aside, like, I focus on my professional career. And as we grow, I remember my former teammate, they used to tell me, dude, when we're in the camp, I always like to sing, when we are in the bus going to the stadium, I'm the one who always like, show the songs, like, bring the vibe. Yeah. So then when I retired in 2017, then I'm like, dude, I do play the guitar, I can sing sometimes. Why not, try something? So, and I think by the end of 2017, I released my very first song. I was singing here in the morning, and I got a very good feedback from people. And some people who knew me as a football player, they didn't believe that maybe you're just taking it, doing it for fun. And what I did is I tried to focus on the people who, embrace that idea of me doing music, and as I kept going and being consistent, and I started growing that fan base, and up to now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So what would you say is one of the things you love about doing music?
What I love about doing music, it's just the ability to create music. The inspiration. I feel like that's like I say, music. It's just a gift. The way. I normally create my song from scratch. I just feel like it's something that it's a blessing, God gave me, and that's what motivates me because I'm like, okay, if I can write a song from scratch and I play for somebody and they listen to it, like, oh, I like the music, that's something that makes me, keep,
happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is one thing that you don't like when you're doing music?
Wow, very good question. So what I don't like when I'm doing music, I feel like sometimes we get carried away. The fame when few people they start noticing you, and we feel like you have your head above on top of your shoulders, and you want to carry the whole city on your head. That's one thing that I always feel like, not just only in music, but in every, so many uh, activities that people do, like sports, music, or whatsoever. You just we have to learn how to, keep your feet on the ground, stay humble. Don't let, the fame or the money, to change, your personality. It's very important. I think when I started, I don't want to say like music kind of took me away because I'm already used to this kind of, environment, people knowing you. When I was playing football, I played at a professional level, national team, and me transitioning to music, it didn't really bring a negative impact in my life because I already knew how to control myself, in public, and what to do, what not to do, so things like that. So far, I think I'm on a good track.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I know that music is not easy,
Oh yeah.
so it's like a whole journey that
Oh
you're
yeah.
on.
It's not easy.
So since you've been doing music, what have been some of the things that, like when it comes to people criticizing your music, how do you handle those things? Like when they criticize it, oh man, you know, your music is not touchy or it's not this. How do you handle those type of situation?
Oh yeah, situation like that, it happen all the time. So you just have to learn how to take, criticism in a positive way, and that's what I learned. Even when I was a professional soccer player, I used to take any criticism, any advice, either you are younger than me, all the way the same with my age mates. I always take it in a positive way, and so you can turn those negative thoughts of some other people, you don't let this negative thought to break you down, but you can turn that into something positive.
Right.
So that's what I normally do. Sometimes people be like, "Oh, you do good music, but how come you're not that famous like so and so and so?" You know what I mean? And what sometimes people don't realize, it's just like you say, it's not easy. Even those people you see on TVs like famous, they have like a whole team behind them.
Right.
People like this good. As an artist, if you're just solo, you have to go to the studio, you have to record. If you don't have a manager, so most of the time, upcoming artists they're facing this kind of issue. Independent artists, you have to use your own resources, money. So it's not easy. All these things, normally count because music itself is not hard. It's like the promotion because I believe there are so many songs out there that they are being played everywhere. They're not better than my music. It's just like okay, they have a team behind them and they push it like promotion because promotion is very, that's why it's more it's very expensive because let's say if you keep listening to a song that you don't like, if you keep listening to that same song like every single day, it's gonna get stuck in your head. It's gonna start playing in your head.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and some of us, on the same level, we like that. I can have like, maybe few like for example, I also have a team that supports me. I push my music like East Africa, back home. I try also like West Africa.
Right.
But you get to the point where if you don't have a support financially, you're not supported financially, you get stuck.
Right.
Because promotion is very, very expensive, and that's what plays a very big part in our journey.
Yeah. That's true. That is so true. So since you've been doing music, have you been back home to like collaborate or connect to other artists back home?
I didn't go back to my country, but I went to East Africa. But I collaborated with some people from my country. Like one of the biggest artists, Wera Song. You're from my country. I've had a song with him. Also, another rapper from my country is called Manero from Congo. Very good artist. We collaborated as well. And in the future, also have like some projects. Have some artists that I target, and to have a collaboration. So hopefully, I'm positive that it go up.
Are you planning on going back home to do
Yeah. So
album
this,
release,
God willing, this year, I'm just looking at it. Like we all know what's going on in the world, and
Right.
so I'm just sit down and see, if I see like okay, the temperature is cool, everything goes back to normal, and I will definitely go, yes, this year.
Okay. So back home in your country, how is the promotion of distributing the music? Like, how does that work in your country? Like, how do you guys make money off of your music back home? Do you guys have like a procedure of
I
How you
think
sell the music?
I think in my country, we're still facing that issue. Even we see people like Fali, those big artists, Kofi, Werason from my country, they're still facing that issue. They are even making money more like in other countries, yeah, or different shows. I remember back in the days when you used to have those DVD or CDs.
Yeah.
That's how people are making, more money because you have like a company, distribution companies like this. You some contract with them, they're selling. That's how they're making. But now that everything is like in different platforms, they're digital. It's kind of difficult now because we don't have those established organization where they can track, you like how you're selling your album and your music and whatever. So yeah, I think we're still struggling here and there, and let's say maybe if, for example, if you have like different musical platform, like YouTube, Instagram, I mean Spotify, Apple Pay, things like that. That's how maybe you can generate some funds, and you also need to do some shows like in Dallas, Texas. I also have a live band, and I do
Okay.
yeah, I travel also like different places in the US to perform. So that's how we normally get revenue.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Um, yeah, the music. So since you've been doing music, how long have you been doing music for?
I started, like I mentioned earlier, 2017. In 2017, and like I said, when you start at the beginning and you're by yourself, you have to finance your own music. And we're in America, like we have bills to pay and all that. Sometimes it's kind of,
Yeah,
you have that
exactly.
roller coaster, you know what I mean? There's some obstacle. But if you love what you do, you keep, no
You keep
matter what,
pushing.
you
Yeah.
keep pushing, man. Like sometimes, it's just about sacrifice. If you love what you're doing, you can have like $50 maybe to buy a pants or a shirt. Like, you know what, I'm gonna invest that, I'm gonna go, go to
Pushing
the
on
studio,
music. Yeah.
music, push your music because you love what you.
Right.
Just
It
like
makes
you're
you happy.
sowing, yeah, you're sowing now, you're reaping tomorrow. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. The music industry now is going. It's a lot of African music that is doing real good. African music is already known right now around the whole world. It's already known by Americans already. So, but specifically when it comes to music, like in your country, like Congo, right?
Yeah.
How do you guys identify your music? Like, how can I be like, okay, um, J-Packo music is Congolese music. Is it based off of the language you're speaking, or how do you identify your music?
It's just about I'll say the instrument, the way we play. Of course the music, of course the language we sing in Lingala, but our music you identify it like we call it like the ndombolo, like you dance or like the rumba. You know, if I'm playing the music, the guitar, my guitar, definitely you know that okay, this is a community music. For example, like we have different cultures, right? In West Africa, I know they are focused more into Afrobeat, like Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana, whatever. Then in Congo, like in the central, we are more like okay, it's like Ndombolo. Yeah, then you see maybe Ivory Coast, they have Coupe de Calais.
Right.
South Africa, they have Amapiano. So different cultures, they have different different style.
Right.
But as for me, so what I normally do is my music. I want my music to touch every aspect, different cultures. So what I do, first of all, I sing in 4 different languages. I sing in Lingala, I sing in French, in English, and Swahili. And I try now to have like different styles. Even when my type of music, you'll hear me playing the guitar, but the kick is like Afrobeat, but the guitar is like our Congolese, rumba type of music.
Right.
I do also like Afrobeat, I do R&B, I mix, I do Amapiano. Then you see me, for example, I'll have like an Amapiano beat, then I sing in Swahili. You see? So when someone is from East Africa, they can still relate to it. And someone who's from Southern Africa, they may not understand, but this is our, the beats, the Amapiano beats. Yeah, so you can see, for example, I have like an Afro beat, but I'm singing in French. So you see, so it's this kind of thing. I always try to mix when I'm playing my music. Someone from East Africa can enjoy, at the same time, someone from my country or West Africa so and so. Yeah, so that's what I told. I try to diversify my type of music.
Okay. So in Congo, with the Congolese music, do you guys have like a procedure of becoming a Congolese artist? What is the process? Like, if anybody was to just work on and make Congolese music, do you have to be registered? What is the procedure?
No. Yeah, you can register, but you don't have to. I mean, like, you know, in Africa, every country is, they have their own identity. I would say maybe Cameroonians say, oh, they're strong with football, and Congo, like, when it comes to music, because in Congo, everybody, more, I would say like 80% of people in Congo can sing and dance, and people love music. So music is like one of our treasures, yeah, back home. So, and of course, if you want to take your music in a professional level to be recognized, officially you can go register yourself, but you don't have to because we have a lot of artists, they blew up first, then they'll be like, oh, okay, now that I'm up there, I want to register myself. But it's not like mandatory, like you have to register yourself to be recognized as a musician. No, and most of the time people normally do that. They register themselves. Let's say if they are big now, they want to travel, but going to Europe to go ask for a visa. They want to see that you are a registered artist. If you want to request a visa as an artist, so that's when now you can register yourself. Yeah.
So in Congo, you guys have a music union. You guys have like
yes. We have a music union. So that's why one of the organization that is fighting for artists to get paid about their music being played on radio, different platforms. Yeah.
All right. So the reason I asked you about the music, how do you identify the music? Is because like America, okay. Before we say, oh, okay, this is an American artist, right? His music is got to be in American. You got to be American citizen, right?
Yeah.
And music got to be English, right?
Yeah.
Because if the music is in a different language, they will not consider you to be an American artist, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why I ask you in Congo if you guys have like,
in Congo,
let's say if you're Congolese, you was born here. Or say, let's say you was raised here. You came here maybe when you was like 2 or 3 years old, and all you know how to speak is English. Okay, you're doing music in English, but you want to go to Congo and tell Congolese that you're doing Congolese music. Would they accept you to be a Congolese artist? What is that?
I understand. So pretty much you have to sing in Lingala.
So if you're not singing Congolese,
if you're not singing like in Lingala,
the language,
they'll be like, For example, we have like a lot of artists like in France. They are born in France. They call themselves, we are from Congo. They try to speak Lingala a little bit. Lingala is our main language. They try to sing, but people view them just like French, national. Yes, French citizens, I would say. What I mean? They don't really look at them. Of course, on paper they can say, oh, they are our kids, from Congo. They want to keep the culture, but. Even when because back home they have this this kind of polemic that is going on, like, okay, you see, for example, Fali and one artist, they're beefing, just like to push the music. So when they categorize like artists from Kinshasa, from Congo, they don't count the one like in Europe. So they're like, okay, you guys in Europe, you are Congolese, yes, but you have your own battle because you guys sing in French. But the people they consider like Congolese, artists,
right?
They're the one that's singing Lingala.
The main language of Congo.
Yes.
Okay.
Lingala, yes.
So in order for you to be a certified Congolese artist, you gotta sing in the language.
Yes. Okay. Just like, let's say if I say, okay, because I hang out with my Liberian people, I want to do Liberian music. I don't speak PG. I don't speak your broken English, what I mean? Because the way I see your music too, like I see how you flow with your stuff, but in the Liberian English, because you can sing if you want to. You have your songs like you sing like if you want to sound like an African American, you sound like African American, but you choose to sound like a Liberian. Like people recognize even if someone is closing his eyes, like, okay, who is this dude? I may not know him, but he's from Liberia.
Right.
So it's the same thing. So I can, do my music, but if I sing in Lingala, someone will say, okay, that's definitely, from
Okay, so the reason I asked you this question is because, see, a lot of Liberians don't understand when it comes to making Liberian music. You know, a lot of not just Liberian but Africans. I think they get the whole music industry confused to where they think music is all about making good music. You understand? We all agree it's all about making good music, but it's also about representing your culture of where you come from, right? Because even if you sing in a whole different language to make a good song, it will blow. We agree, but that is not promoting your culture, you know. So you go back home, people will be looking like, okay, he's a Congolese artist, yeah, he's big, but he's not really promoting the culture of Congolese. He's just doing that music because he feel that's what's blowing right now. And he want to make his name or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So you're actually being fake to your country. You're not being who you are.
Yes.
You
So,
understand?
like I mentioned earlier, like I don't know if you know this artist in France. It's called Games. Yeah, you may know him. Yeah, he's singing in French. He's like in France right now. He's like the number one artist, but he's from Congo. But because he sings in French, sometimes in his music he'll try to inject some, some words in Lingala whatsoever. But back in Congo, when they talk about, Congolese music, he's not being mentioned. But he was born in Congo, went to France like when he was like 2 or 3 years old. When he was 2 or 3 years old. Then he started doing the music like the rap, the French, type of music. But they don't really view him like a Congolese music.
I think when it comes to music, that if you was born in, let's say you're born in Liberia, but you was raised in America, and you only know how to speak American English, right? And you're doing music in America, right? Chase the dream of the language that you speak. You know what I'm saying? Don't go chase a dream of what in the industry is not supposed to be fitting in. You know what I'm saying? Like you make American music, but you're trying to take it to Liberia and say you're doing Liberian music. They're not the same language. So how is that going to really add up? Like it's not the right path to chase it in. If you're speaking pure American English, you might as well join Akon and all these all American music and push into that industry. Don't go be taking American music to Africa saying you're doing African music. They don't match. You know, you have artists that come from different countries and they're not singing either language. They're doing Afrobeat in Ghanaian and Nigerian style of music, right? But they're saying they're representing their country. It shouldn't be like that. If you're doing Afrobeat that you're sounding like Nigerian and Ghanaian, go chase that dream in that industry that music belongs in. You get what I'm saying?
And that's a very good.
I think that's the best way of looking at music, how it should be run. You know, if you're doing American music, run that American music in the American industry. If you're doing Afrobeat music, run that Afrobeat where it comes from. Because Afrobeat is an African style, but it comes from somewhere. It comes from Nigeria and South Africa and Ghana. It don't come from Congo. It don't come from Cote d'Ivoire. It don't come from Liberia. You get what I'm saying? So if you're making a hit song that's an Afrobeat, it's fine. But that Afrobeat need to go compete in the Afrobeat category.
I agree.
You can't put that category in a whole different different culture and try to be like, oh yeah, he's topping because he's doing Afrobeat. They're not in the same category.
I agree.
So that's like cheating a lot of artists that are representing the culture. Because you got artists that making music in the culture, but you're cheating them because this artist is doing music in Afrobeat and his music is blown. So now you're accepting him because he's from Congo. But he should be a Congo artist. Yeah, he's not making music in Congo.
I agree.
Yeah, he's not making music in Congo.
No, just like I say, that's a very good point actually. So pretty much it's like, let me just take another context, right? So if I have an Indian guy, like, an Indian guy who owns a restaurant and is making, like, for example, jollof rice. You know what I mean? Of course, even if he's good at making jollof rice, but if I tell you, bro, I know this Indian guy is making jollof rice, even you'll be like, man, dude, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Because you know that Indians, they're not jollof rice is not their
Cooker, yeah, it's not a thing.
you know, it's not their thing. You know what I mean? Yes. So I like unless it's like people who went there. Like if I went there, I want to take you. But even like if I bring that news to you, be like, bro, no, we gotta go to a LIB restaurant or I don't know, Nigeria, go to eat jollof rice. So you know what? Yeah.
If I go here, my stomach might hurt.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yes. So it's the same thing about when it comes to the music. So if you are born in the US, you know, you are from Liberia or from Congo, you know, of course you don't know the language back home. Okay, stick with the music here. Like me, I can, let's say I'm here in America, I can say, okay, I wanna do, you know, I wanna do R&B, like okay, to sound like, you know, it's not gonna work.
I feel like a lot of these artists are afraid of chasing, doing their music in a higher competition. You understand? Because let's say you're African, okay? You see, and this is why a lot of people respect Akon, right? Akon, for instance, Akon was from Senegal. He was raised, and I don't know if he was actually born here or there.
I don't know.
But for what I do hear, a lot of times they say Akon's from Senegal, right? Now, when Akon was doing music in America, he wasn't doing the music in America and taking it to Senegal, telling Senegalese this is Senegalese music. No, he wasn't doing that. Because why? That music don't represent the culture. So you can't say he's doing Senegalese music when that music does not represent Senegal. You get what I'm saying? So he have to push that music into the American industry where it belongs. He got to compete in a higher category. But he is a Senegalese artist, but the music he's doing is in the whole American industry. You get what I'm saying? Now, you being a Senegalese artist, you're gonna gain respect, right? For you pushing your music in a higher category. You get what I'm saying? Now, a lot of African artists don't vision that.
They don't.
They get all this whole music thing twisted.
I think if I have to interrupt you, I think Siwa Savage, she had the same issue. You know, she grew up also like here. I think UK, then here in the US. And I think I watched one of her interviews. She mentioned that she was doing also like, you know, R&B. She wanna sound like African American. You know what I mean? And I think she signed with a label, and things were not going right for her. Then she was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to Nigeria." So then she went back to Nigeria, started doing like, you know, Afrobeat. You know what I mean? And that's how she grew. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like I say, like unless like if I was born here, I came here as a kid, you know, like small. And also like, you know, it's also like the diction as well, you know, like how we sound, like, because, you know, we are South African, we came here as grown people, like, you know, we already have like our accents is not African, different depending on where we're coming from. So, and like I sound like, you know, when I'm speaking, you know, someone can know that this guy has an accent. So if I say, okay, I'm a musician, I want to do American music, it's gonna be like, you know, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna fit in. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna fit. I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna sound like an outsider. And you sound like an outsider. We even see that. Okay, for another example, like the Mexican, you know, artists. You see that way they try to keep their culture. You see them they try to fusion with American music. You know, African Americans, but they try to keep, you know,
their culture. They never change their culture for. And that's the thing I love about America. You see, like America would never tell you to change yourself for who you are. You understand? If you decide to speak your dialect or your language throughout the whole time you live in America, it is up to you. It is your choice on what you want to speak, right? Now, for other people, like when we first came to the state, you got people who just don't know how to be themselves. They might see 3, 4 Americans standing together, right? And they have maybe 10 Africans there. And they go there to go talk to them. Because of those 4 Americans, they're going to start speaking American English. Around 10 African people. You get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. You got more African than you have American people. Why can't you just speak your language? Why are you shy to speak what you know? They're not paying you to speak American language. Do we get paid to speak American language? I don't think if you have to go to school to make money. There's people who don't even go to school, they still make money. You know, day and night. So being yourself is very important.
It's very important.
It's very important, especially being an artist that you're being a leader for other people that are following your footsteps. You know, You got people from your country that are looking up to you to set an example for the youngest one that coming out. If the youngest one that coming out in your country seeing you not being yourself, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna be like, okay, if our people can accept him not to be himself, we might as well follow your footsteps.
Oh yeah.
Now what you doing? Destroying the whole country.
Yeah.
Doing music that don't even represent your country.
Yeah. That's what I mentioned earlier.
You understand? And I feel like every African country needs to come up with a procedure of when it comes to music, with the music union, right? They should have a procedure of if you're from Congo, you're making Congolese music, it gotta be either 80 to 90% Congolese language in order for it to be a Congolese music.
Yes.
You understand? If it's not 80 or 90%, it's not a Congolese music.
Yeah, that's
because
exactly,
it do not represent.
That's exactly what's happening.
Because what everybody try to do is for people to learn their home.
Yep.
Like you come to my house, I want you to learn because you live in my house.
Yes.
I don't want you to be in my house and I'm learning from you. It don't make sense. How are you living with me, but I'm learning from you?
I know.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of the African countries, that's the problem that we have. It's like we don't have a procedure of organizing and identifying the Liberian music or African music or like any type of Africa. Like we can't identify what music is. You got artists that just getting everything wrong.
Yes.
Lying to people, thinking that the music they're making because they're popping, because that music category is popping right now, they just feel like yes, it's this type of music.
Yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be like that. You know,
I agree. So just like you say, like in my country, if you don't sing in Lingala, they don't view it as a Congolese. I even see people, we have also like rappers, you know, people are doing hip hop music, but they're rapping in Lingala. You know, although the type of music they're doing is American music, but someone will be like, okay, that's Lingala rap, that's Congolese rap. You know what I mean? Because they're singing they're rapping in our language. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. I don't see rappers from my country rapping like okay, of course they can rap some in French, sometimes, but majority they just do like Lingala. Just to keep the culture. It's very very important.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad that you understand how the music game works. Because this music journey is a whole long journey. You get what I'm saying? So, how do you write your music based off of what? Like, how do you write your music? Well, how do you come up with creating your music?
So I would say I sing for women.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like women. Actually, yesterday, that it was International Women Day, and so women, based on my own personal experience, the way I grew up, my mom being away, and I'm like, women they go through a lot, especially as men. Sometimes we put them through a lot. They give birth, take care of the home, take care of us, and sometimes with our stubbornness we put them through a lot. I'm like, the only way I can give back is just dedicate my voice to to sing for those amazing human beings. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good because singing for women, I think they bring more fans than men.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you make music for women, women bring men. Right? So if you're making general music for men, you got all the men that don't even want to support you.
Oh yeah.
It's like they hit on you because they know that you are doing better and they want that spot that you're in. But music is something that it's just something that is the way that you express yourself. When you want to release your stress or like making music based off of what you see every day. What you see every day, most of the time that's how people. All right, so let's take a little break. I'm gonna play some music real quick.
Battery 90%. Connected to iPhone.
I don't bear no pork by oil, I don't bear and I know how to cook by oil. I don't bear no shit by oil, I don't bear and I know how to sleep by oil. Can I belly? We went LIVJ and I fret money up, can I belly? Then no play money oil, no drip money up, can I belly? Yeah, money on there, I can blood money oil, I can dance money up, can I belly? Then no love money oil, I can rent money up, can I belly? Can I belly? Connected. Quand le bien où il y a toi qui t'attend et qui est gradé, quand elle belly. Your people clean us about Isa the deli, can have belly. All that Google thing and where I get you, we get it, can have belly. Our people in hell, I can be auto sell it, can have belly, can have belly. Can you tell them that you are no equal? We are dodo artists, we are equal. We are good instructors, we are photo. But the dragon and play, no kung fu. We are jibbing and yeah, we are fufu. We are mother rest, so good food. Kind of food, we are plum, we are grateful, can have belly. Can have belly. Why you get we not get number one in the whole of Africa? My country the best, it's best. My country too blessed. Papa get them, we can get the children too fresh. So mini royal that walk for window, then every day they can finish from yet. Don't even try it. Your love ball power, sport power, eh? You want belly? We can touch it, you can't touch it us. Follow me up with the CV. You know, yeah, you with CV. We unique, one copy, you know, go over ball, no copy, drop it, then we'll wrap it, watch it, all the money, the watch my kid. Can I belly? We went LIVJ and I fret money up, can I belly? Then no play money oil, then no drip money up, can I belly? We have money not there, I can blood money oil, I can dance money up, can I belly? Then no love money oil, I can rent money up, can I belly? Can I belly? Can I belly? Can I belly? They was trying to slow me down and get me sick of they try to make me hungry or give me shit. Papa gonna give me my blessing, I'm okay. You know I can't go, I can eat, I can take a day. They try to take away my whole family, take it in, try to give me one shot, you can live. I'm blessed to be able to go deep in the top, they can't stop me. And that bullshit, that's why I play. They call me mama, they know I will. Mama, I'm not swallow. Mama, with a piece of I'm like all the people. Riding up here today. I just say bye, okay. I'm like all the people. I let it be looking for something. I ain't got nothing to me, I come in anyway. All right, J-Packo, let's go back to it. Before we wrap it up here. So, we'll go back to the music, you know. So, is there any artists that inspire you to come to the spotlight of doing music? Is there any?
Yeah, a couple of artists look like Fali, you know, with a song, Kofi, you know, those are the people like, you know, listening when I was growing up. Ferrigola is another big artist from my country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look up to them and I try to learn, you know, when it comes to music or anything that you do, you know, you need to keep learning, you know.
Right.
I believe even when you make it to the top, you shouldn't, just like we say, the hustle never stop. You know, you need to keep learning and so those are the people like, you know, so what I do, I think one of that those artists, Ferragamo, I think he came to perform in Texas. I think 3 or 4 years ago. So after the show, I was with him, just giving me advice, and he mentioned something very important to me. Is like you need to have like a role model, right? Let's say that if you do music, you're my role model. I can, I'm looking up to you.
Right.
Your technique, how you sing, then I add on to my own, so to build my own identity. Because another big mistake people do, let's say if I look up to you, then I want to do everything that you do. You know what I mean? And which is not a good thing. You need to create your own. Yeah. And I remember when I started, people used to call me, "Oh, Fali, Fali, oh, you look like Fali, blah blah blah." I'm like, no, man, I want to build my own, myself, So I have to remove that, because I used to before I do start using, I switched to music. I used to like, oh, I want to dress like, Fali, like, bling bling, look nice, everything, you know what I mean? So not knowing, like, okay, it's gonna catch me up, like in the future, So then I started doing music. People be like, "Oh, Fali." I'm like, "No, I'm not Fali, man." So then slowly but slowly, then people need inside like, okay, learning, oh, J-Packo, J-Packo, yeah. So it's very important, yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. So, since you've been doing music, have you came across anybody that have brought any beef towards you, like any type of hate?
No, not as I know. I'm the type of guy I don't like to beef. I don't like drama, bro. I think the life itself is already full of drama, man.
Of course.
And I just wanna, do my music to make people happy, to educate, people, because we are like people like us, like we do music, we touch so many corners, of the earth, like you don't know, maybe someone is somewhere, like for example, I have on my Facebook page, I have a lot of followers in Kenya, in East Africa, people follow me, whatever. You know what I mean? You never know who's watching, you know what I mean? So it's very, very important just to be a good example, to be a model, so that's why I try to avoid the drama. I just want to do music to make people happy, and life goes on. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. All right. So, what would you say are your challenges when it comes to doing music? Since you've been in the music game.
Yeah. So the challenges is just to, first of all, one thing I would like to emphasize, I don't do music for fame. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, I don't want to say it here, but we know there's a lot of stuff, that is happening when it comes to music. So, and the challenges that if I face, just like I mentioned earlier, like to promote your music, especially like if you are doing everything on your own, by yourself, because promotion is very expensive. It's very, very expensive, and especially if you don't have like a label that you're working with, that means everything has to come out of pocket.
Right.
So those are the challenges that we're facing. Of course, you find people, oh, I like your music, I want to support your next music video. I'll take, I'll pay for you or book for you the studio. You still find people that want to support you, but on a large scale or bigger scale, it becomes like challenging.
Right.
If I want my music to be playing 24/7 in Liberia, even if let's say I have to come through you, yeah, bro, hook me up with some biggest influencers or radio. Of course, they can do something because of you, but in a long run, I need to tip in something. You know what I mean? Yes,
Right.
So, and to keep that, it's money. And imagine if you have to do in Liberia, you have to do Nigeria, Ivory Coast, everywhere.
Right.
So I know at some point, your music is going to sell yourself. It's going to sell you, because let's say when you blow, people won't have a choice, they will have to play your music, you know what I mean? But still, but still, you still have to push it. Up to now, you see Coca-Cola is the biggest brand, but they still advertise about the product. You know what I mean? So those are the challenges that we face. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So with the music being doing, what have been some of the craziest DM you ever got since you started doing music?
Ah, man. Do I have to tell you, see, I'm gonna get in trouble. That Yeah.
Nah, I feel like you. I don't get you in
You know how it goes,
trouble.
man. You have a lot of the FBI is watching, you know the FBI. We live with FBI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
so
but about to answer that, the answer, like, are you single? I don't want to go too far, but like I'll say the less, the less craziest, DM. Oh, are you single? Oh, I like you. Or you seeing somebody? Blah, blah, but it gets crazier, man. Trust
right.
me. Yeah.
So what's your plan this year? Like this summer coming out. I know the summer is like
Yeah.
right around the corner. Everybody started to be outside.
Oh yeah.
What is your plan? What are you trying to what are you building to show to your fans in Iowa this year, or like for your community, or like to the world to see? What is your plan for 2026?
Yeah, so I have a lot of stuff coming up, and one of the thing is I want to bring a live music here in Des Moines, because I know Des Moines.
Don't have
And
it.
I don't even know. I don't think Des Moines ever had like live Little African, like playing live band. I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, that place. So that spot that was here yesterday.
Yes,
I heard it bring a lot of live bands, guys out there, like big artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over there. So they have a live bands, guys out here.
Yeah, but those are like Americans. Right?
Yeah, American.
Yeah, so I'm talking about like
African.
You know what I mean? Like when you come, you see like the type of music of the Willa Lumbomba, like this type of music, like this, style. You know what I mean? Yes. That's something that I want to, because like I say, also like the music that I do. The good thing is like, because I do my own music when I perform, I also like do cover. I can do like to face Dibia, for example. I can do just big African artists, some few songs. I will Lumumba. Just I can do Fali. You know what I mean? Maybe someone that can do my music. I'm trying to push my music, but I also like to do the covers. For those artists. So I'm just trying to bring that experience, here, and of course, also I'm trying to work on my, an EP.
Okay.
And I also wanted to. I'm thinking also like to release like an EP, a gospel, because just like my personal experience in the 2025, I went through a lot of challenges. I don't want to say that here. And,
right.
And I'm a Christian. I believe that God, saw me through, and I wanted to sing of like an album or an EP, maybe like 3 or 4 songs, just dedicated for God. So those are the projects that I have, so far 2026 I'm working on.
Okay, that's a great project. Looking forward to hearing and seeing it.
Yes.
Anytime we need my assistance, waiting to be on board, help to
I appreciate it.
for the community.
Yeah.
But so what would be your advice to the new artists that are coming up right now, like artists that want to be like you? Like, oh, I like how this dude is moving, trying to come up. What would be your advice to the new artists that are doing music now, trying to come up?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'll ask them to be themselves. Just be you. Don't change, because just try to build your own identity. Let's say, the money, if you do your music, like you have your own identity. When somebody sees the way you dress, the way you rap, they're like, okay, that's you. You can never have two of you, even if you are a twin.
Right.
Yeah, you have like a lot of similarities, but you still have some
different.
Yes. And just work hard, man. Keep working. Like for me, like this is my guitar is like my best friend. When most of the time I say I don't stress. So music is like is my remedy. Even when I want to stress, I'm thinking about something, I'll grab my guitar. I'm playing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And just keep pushing and don't give up. Of course, they say a road to success. Have a lot of it's slippery.
A lot of
challenges, but don't give up. Keep pushing. And when it comes to music, you don't need a lot of things. Just like one song is gonna change your history. Yeah, one song, just one blow, then that's it. Yeah,
that's true. So with the music, we have enough of the music discussion. let's talk a little bit about the community relationship situation that they're going on. I don't know if you. I know you've been in the community before you left from here, where a lot of people are dying in relationship nowadays, due to love. People loving the wrong person, and they end up dying because they're in that relationship just because they're trying to help that person change from who they they think this person can change for the better for them, But they end up dying in the relationship. So what would be your impact to your kids that are coming up now, right? That are gonna be in a relationship one day. What would be stuff you would do to protect them?
Oh man, that's a very sensitive topic. First of all, I would like to present my condolences to I heard like some, I think two girls like in Des Moines, they lost their lives. In a situation like that, I'll present my condolences to the family and anyone affected. It's sad. Love is supposed to be, love is something beautiful, and it shouldn't get to you know, people losing their lives. You know what I mean? And it's sad that okay, even it's happening now in our communities. I'm not saying that okay, we shouldn't care if it's happening in other communities. No, but I know most of the time, like Africans, has we are people, who normally don't go into violence. You know what I mean? To the extent where to kill somebody, unalive someone. It's sad that I just want to advise. I think my advice is if it's not working, you can. In my culture, we have this proverb that says, when you're having you can change a tree that is bent. When you can only change it, like fix it only to the plant, a small plant. If it's going like it's not going straight, you can dress it straight. But a grown-up tree that is already bent, you can't fix it, bro. It's gone. You know what I mean? You can't change someone. And also like I'm not an advocate for peace, and most of the time women are the one, let's be honest, like they're the victims. You know what I mean? Like we see in most cases, like physical abuse. It's something that is happening now in our communities. Like like if I know women, like sometimes women want to be patient. Oh, like you see a guy like put their hands on you, we want to be patient. Oh, he's going to change. But those are red flags. You shouldn't let that happen. I grew up. I normally don't like to say that, but I grew up in a family where my dad was violent. He used to put, hands on my mom, and I was 2, 3 years old. I still remember those events, in my age right now, and that's even one thing that's kind of put me in a spot where I can't even get to that level. I can be in a relationship, of course, people bump head, like your woman can upset you. I'll walk away, you know what I mean? Not to the point where like, get physically, it's not a good thing. So men and women, also we have some men also that we get abused, yeah. Although we don't men sometimes we don't like to talk about things because we live in a society where they label you weak.
Yeah, but we can't. But men have not been killed.
Yeah, yes. No, I'm just saying, that's true.
They have been abused, but they have never been killed.
In that case, like like I said, it happened like those things. Sometimes, men, like I said, there are a lot of red flags. As a woman, you see, like, okay, maybe the way he's talking to you is trying to be aggressive. You still want to be there. Oh, I'll give it a chance. No, just leave. It's not worth it. Leave it before it's too late. Life is beautiful, despite the struggle. But we live. In French we say. Quand on vit, il y a de l'espoir. When you live, there's hope when you live. You know what I mean? So, despite our struggle, but nobody want to end someone's life. You know what I mean? So, if you see those red flags, just walk away.
Yeah, I just think that being in a relationship is not easy. We all understand that being in a relationship it takes a lot of patience to be in a relationship. Not everybody is qualified to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not everybody we see out here we call men are capable of keeping a relationship. To be in a relationship, you gotta be able to have patience. It takes a lot of patience from both partners, not just from one person. But most of the time, I would say women carry the most patience than men, right? And at the end of the day, these women still get abused. You get what I'm saying? Like, I won't have let's say for instance, for a lot of the things that been happening for a lot of the females that we have been losing, some of the cases been over jealousy, boyfriend get upset, shoot his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's so sad that some of these girls don't tell their dad, they don't tell their mom, they keep it to themselves because they feel that they don't want their parents to turn against their boyfriend. You know, they don't want the family to turn against their boyfriend. You get what I'm saying? But the thing here is, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta love yourself first. You know, it's called self-care.
Yes.
You gotta always pay attention to yourself. If you've been with a man that you love, it is okay. But can the man love you without abusing you?
Yeah.
You know,
That's not love.
That's one of the hardest things that will hurt any woman. You get what I'm saying? I don't mind a woman cheating on me, but for a woman to abuse me,
Yeah.
like hit on me in public or anywhere, that's it. It's over with between us. I don't want to have nothing to do with it because why? I don't like women who want to hit on me in public. That's an embarrassment to me.
Yes.
I hate embarrassing.
Yes.
When people start embarrassing me, that's when I hate. That's when you cause the boundary of me going behind who I am not. You get what I'm saying? So I don't like embarrassment. So the moment I hang with somebody who I know is gonna be bringing embarrassment towards me, I cut you off. I cut you off. It don't just have to be a girl. It can be a guy. Because you can't be with a friend that you're giving advice that, hey bro, you know what you're doing, I want you to stop. Because if you're gonna be my friend, that means you gotta listen to me sometime. If you ain't listening to me and I'm giving you advice and you think only me gotta listen to you, yeah, it's not gonna work. Right? Because it's a teamwork.
Yeah.
It's a teamwork. If I'm gonna listen to you, you gotta listen to me. Kind of like the same as a relationship. You know, all these things work together as once. Relationship, friendship, best friend. All these things are still relationship that we are building together. You know, and when you both don't get along, you just gotta separate. You know, you got friends that can fight. They'll fight each other the next day that they're smiling at each other. You know, you got men and women that will be fighting. The next day you see them, they're together laughing. Maybe when they're fighting, you step in to defend one person. The next day you see both of them over there laughing at you for getting involved in the case that you never should put your mouth in because it was never your business.
Bro, it's like, you know, when you're riding a bicycle, you only need 2 feet.
Right.
You know, the third one, you know, you don't have a space, you know, a place where to put their feet, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, yeah, it's that's a, you know, this topic, man, it's huge, man. You can develop this topic over and over, just, you know, you know, yeah. First of all, love, like I mentioned, love is a beautiful thing. It shouldn't start, you know, getting to violence. It shouldn't turn into violence, you know? And also, like, those situations where women maybe they want to hide, you know, protect their boyfriend or whatever the relationship they get into. I feel like it depends also like the relationship like maybe the girl they have with their parents, you know. I feel like if you raise your kid as a parent, I have daughters, you know what I mean? I raise my kids, I get to the point where I make them feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like to tell them, to allow them to tell me anything, even if they are at a young age. You know what I mean? So we want to build that kind of relationship, like okay, they can trust me because I know sometimes parents we can be tough. You know,
parents can be tough.
Yeah, we can be tough. I feel like we should be like a balance. You know what I mean? Don't be too hard and don't be too nice. You know, what I mean? You have to be a balance. You know. Well, like to allow your kids, especially like okay, your young girls, daughters, whatever, to be open to come and tell you something without being judgmental. About it. Yes, and when they're growing up with that kind of attitude mentality, they'll feel free to come and tell you a situation of okay, or maybe my girlfriend abused me because I raise my daughter like my daughters to know that they are queens, they are princesses, they're turning to queens. Right. A man have to. For example, yesterday I took my daughter on a date. For example, every time she wanna get in the car, I open the door for her.
Treat her like a queen.
Yeah, treat her like a queen. On a Valentine's, I went to surprise her. I got her like chocolate, gift, I would like close her eyes, she was so happy, So I'm teaching her like, okay, you are a
You should
princess.
be treated
yeah,
like a
yeah.
queen,
So
yeah.
and when now she be gone, she knows that okay, a man have to open the door for me, to get in the car because that's how my dad was doing it. My dad always, on a Valentine's give me a gift, so things like that. So
in America, it's not like that no more.
Yeah,
it's only like that when you have money.
Yes,
you
see?
When you don't have money,
Yeah.
it's hard for you to open door for people.
Yes, you know what I mean. So it's very 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 important, and like when your kid have that comfort to come and tell you anything, I think, I believe, and I hope that it's gonna get to the point where if a man try to abuse them, they can expose them. So this is something that we need to in our communities, like we need to eradicate, work on, like talk to people. Like I like your platform, talk about this kind of topics. You know what I mean? Those are like serious matter that is affecting our communities.
Nah, I totally agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree because see, sometimes I feel like I was going to ask you a question. So with this past girl that just passed away, from what I heard was parent was never told of what was going on, right? So let's say you have a daughter, and your daughter is bigger. She in a relationship with her boyfriend, and stuff going on that you're not aware of. She never tells you what's going on with her. She's hiding stuff from you. What would you do to find out what your daughter is going through?
yeah. So like I said, proper communication, and again, so it's gonna depend the kind of relationship as a parent I have with my daughter. Am I the kind of parent like
too harsh?
Yeah, too harsh. Like my kid, I give you like my own example. Like I grew up with my dad. My parents divorced. I was 4, and my dad was the kind of parent when he walks in, we are sitting in the living room. Everybody goes to their room. You know what I mean? Because it was like the dude was like we have to nickname him like Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, it's too hard.
He was too hard. So and I was going through some abuse too, like with my stepmom. You know what I mean? It was kind of mistreating us, and as I was growing up, I couldn't find a way to talk to my dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my mom was not there around. So, and I believe like if I had like that good relationship with my dad, it could have been easier for me to to talk to him like, hey dad, I'm going through this, or your wife is doing ABCD. But I was keeping those stuff because I'm like, this dude is rough. It's hard. You know what I mean? Yes. So
if I tell him, he's gonna make it worse.
He is gonna make it worse. You know what I mean? And I even remember I tried one time to tell him like, the dude just brushed it like as if it was nothing. You know what I mean? So that's very important. So like I said, to answer that question,
it
depends.
I totally agree.
Yeah, like the relationship. The parents has with the kid. Because if I'm the kind of parent that I'm always judgmental, so I want to find out, hey, how is the relationship with your boyfriend? My daughter is not going to tell me because they know that if I tell this dude, he's just going to jump into, start judging me, like, I'm not, I'll keep it,
Right.
But if, you like
willing to listen,
you raise them like, okay, like your kid, like, okay, you listen to them, and, you're not judgmental, you're not harsh, you're just being nice, kind, put yourself in their shoe. They feel comfortable if you ask them, hey, is there anything, anything that I should know about what's going on here? And they'll feel free,
they'll respond. You have a point. You have to always make your kids feel comfortable around you.
Yes.
You can't be too harsh about stuff around your kids.
Yes.
You always want to be 50-50, at least in the middle, so where you're not too harsh and you're not too soft.
Trust me, I know it's challenging, bro. It's sometimes to find that balance. It's not easy.
It's hard. You just gotta work through it.
Yeah.
It's like a learning process.
Yes, I'll give an example, right? I'm not together with
but I also think that if you do run into a problem like that too, right? Where your daughter having problem, and you're hearing rumors of, your daughter and this person fighting, or this is what I'm hearing going on, right? I feel like you should take a visit.
Oh yeah, no,
go spend time. Go spend time at your daughter's house.
Yeah, if I see rumors, I step in. That's different thing.
Because if you have a son-in-law, right, he should accept you to sleep to his house, right?
Yes.
Now, if you have a son-in-law that's like, your dad ain't sleeping in my house, or you have a daughter-in-law that's saying, your dad ain't sleeping in the house, you should know that she's not the one for you.
Yeah.
Because why?
They're hiding something.
Yeah. She shouldn't even do that because that's your dad. That's your dad. Nobody should disrespect your dad for coming to spend, or nobody should disrespect your mom for coming to spend time.
Yeah.
If that person love you, they should accept your parents to be able to come stay with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If a parent is not comfortable to sleep where you're sleeping as a child, that means you shouldn't be there.
You shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's just a red flag.
Yes.
It should tell you that's a red flag. If I'm with a girl and she don't want my mom to sleep in my house, yeah, you gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to have nothing to do with you because I want a girl who I'm gonna feel comfortable when I bring my parents over, even if you don't like my parents, but you're gonna do it for me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make them comfortable for me. That's how I'm gonna know that, yeah, I'm gonna determine like, oh, she's a good girl, you know, like she's the type. You know, she might not like them, but she gonna do it for me. You get what I'm saying? Until they're gone or whatever the case may be. But if you have a girl that just don't give you that respect, don't want your parents around you and her and not even visiting your house, you got the wrong place.
Oh, yeah.
You need to find yourself out because things could get worse one day.
I agree.
Pretty much. That's all I can say. It's gonna get worse one day. You know, a relationship is not something that you have to force. It's a natural thing. You know, if that person is meant to be with you, man, they're gonna be there with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have another thing I tell people in relationship is that everybody is different when it's coming to loving people. Everybody love differently. You know, we might be men, but we don't love the same.
Yeah.
The way you're gonna love your girl is not the same way I'm gonna love my Jew.
Yeah.
The way I'm gonna love my Jew is not how you're gonna go love your own Jew. No. We all have different way of loving our Jew. This is the problem why I don't understand with African women. Some of them, they will see other couples going out and having a good time or doing stuff. They'll be like, oh, look at your friend.
Yeah.
You know, he's taking his girl out every day, you know. They having a good time, you know. They eating, you know, I want you to do that with me. No, I'm not going to do that with you. I'm different.
Yeah, I'm doing all
you know, I'm different.
What we're doing,
yeah, I'm different. Maybe I'm the type of guy who want to take my girl out on special location. I don't want to just put you out every day. Yeah. Right? Why should I be doing that? Because first of all, you don't understand. A lot of people can never be happy for you. Being in a relationship. So why are you trying to show them that your relationship is all bread and butter, like it's better than them? Because the more temptation you give people, the more things you give people, the more option you give them to destroy you. That's what happened to a lot of relationships in America, that you see a lot of them don't last. Because why? They try to show off. What is you trying to show off? Your relationship is not something to be showing off for. It's for you.
I agree.
It's only for you and your partner. It's not for you in public.
Yeah.
If you want public attention, you might as well find somebody who's going to be in that public with you. Because it ain't going to last. Because all public attention does is destroy you. Because they look at you like, oh, yeah, she thinks she's the shit. I think the only time a public relationship will last is when you have money to push it.
No, I agree.
If you don't have the money to push it, or to be giving your partner to put smile on their face, forget it. If you're giving them money, set to put smile on their face. If they tired with that shit, they're going to leave.
That's the issue we're having nowadays, bro, in relationship. Just like you say, you see, for example, you are there posting your girl, then if, let's say, like your Jew and my Jew are friends, right? And you are the type, like, you like to post your Jew. Then you see my Jew will come, oh, you see, the man will be posting his Jew, like, every time you don't post me. You know what you post me. So like social media don't define a relationship.
Right.
I always tell people, make your relationship private, but not a secret. There's a difference between privacy and secret.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Of course, I am a Jew. Once in a blue moon, I can post, not like, okay, every single day people like know into your business. Oh, yeah, what is he doing? What are they, that's how we get in problems.
Now, let me when it comes to relationship, I always have a lot of topic on. Let me ask you a question, okay? what is the qualification when a woman is married? Do you okay? So if a woman is married to a man, do you think that it should be okay for her to wear short skirt that's showing her butt when she go to Walmart to go shopping? Do you think it's okay for her to wear see through when she's going public? And like the reason I'm asking this because I have run through a lot of female that feel like if you met me this way and you made me like this before we met,
Mm.
why are you trying to change me now?
So now that's an issue. It depends to one person to another, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to this, this kind of response, like you met me this way, I can't change. No, that's the problem. Because if I'm your man, I'm not okay with that. That becomes a problem.
Right.
Because it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be doing stuff that you don't like, then I'll be like, oh, you met me this way. I ain't gonna change. But there's some guys, they're okay. You know what I mean? They like the woman to be, sexy. And they don't give a damn. Like your woman can be wear whatever. You know what I mean? Then you see that that's not an issue because the guy is comfortable. But if your man is not comfortable,
Then you should try to change.
yeah,
Yeah.
you should change it because the relationship it's about compromising. You know what I mean? It's just like okay, when you train like for example to cook, you have like water, you boil water and oil. When you put them all together, you see oil on top of the water, right? But when you boil it, you see that it kind of mix and becomes a soup when you put the ingredient. It's the same thing in relationship. I come with my own education, from where I came from, my parents, blah, 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 and you come with yours. So coming together, gelling, of course, you may have a lot of disagreement, but we have to compromise. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if like, I feel like okay, me as a man, you as my woman, you want to go to Walmart, wear like okay something to show about. I feel like it's disrespectful. Of course, you have to change. And if you don't want to change, and I as a man, I'm feeling like okay, I'm not comfortable. I'm feeling embarrassed. You as my wife. I'm not even talking about girlfriend, whatever. I think let's say if you want to get to that level as a wife, bro, there's no arguments, man. Yeah, it shouldn't even be an argument.
No, that's true. I totally agree with you. I feel like it all depends on the person that you're in a relationship with.
Yeah.
So if the person do not agree with what you're wearing and they don't think it's something that they want to see their wife wearing, going out in public, and they want you to stop it, I think it all depends who you're with. You got some men that will accept that.
Yeah, they accept.
You got some men that are definitely gonna do that. So that's true.
Also, I know
You're right.
I know a lot of friends they married like they see their women be like, oh damn, like me, I wouldn't let my woman be, but they're okay, they're cool.
But I will be honest with you, if you're a woman out there or you're a man out there that you feel like when you get married, especially the women, if there's women out there that feel like when they get married they don't want to be controlled by a man, they shouldn't get married.
Yes, yeah.
That's
true.
If you're a woman that you want to compete with your man, don't get married because it ain't gonna happen. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much boss you become. You have to submit yourself to a man. You're gonna submit yourself to a man.
Yes.
So if you ain't willing to do that, you might as well just be your own man, your own woman.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, that's true. That's true. I agree. Yeah.
You might as well just be your own man, own woman.
Yeah, you can. We shouldn't be in a house like we are two, opponents. Like we're fighting against each other. No,
competing with each other.
Yeah, competing against each other. We have to be. We have to be us versus the outside of the world.
Right.
It shouldn't be like you versus me. Like no. You know what I mean? So yeah, like we said, man. If you're not, you're not ready to submit to your man. Don't get married.
When it comes to marriage, I know you have seen a lot of people who have gotten married in the past. Do you think it's okay to get married more than one time?
You're talking about like okay, maybe after you divorce or
it don't really matter. It can be a divorce. It can be once you're married. Is it okay for you to go and get married again after that relationship don't work? Or something happened, or it can be you lose your wife, it can be you divorce, it can be do you still think it is acceptable, or do you think it's okay to get married more than once?
Yeah, I feel like it's possible. Let's say if you lose your wife, I was married before. It didn't work. The stuff that we talked about. Let's say if in a relationship or someone is getting violent, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to tell that woman, oh, just stay, because you're married. You know what I mean. I'm not going to advise my sister or my daughter. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you know. And it happened to my parents. My mom, my parents divorced because my dad was violent. You know what I mean. And my uncles, like, I mean, my mom, my mom's brothers, my brother's mom, like, they're like, no, we are not gonna let our sisters,
Get married.
go through that. Yeah, so we take, so that's
So
what
you gotta
happened.
come off and go to the next person.
Yes, you know what I mean. So of course, I know we are as Christians. We talk about when you're married, the only way someone can divorce if you find your partner cheating, things like that. But it gets to the point where now I feel like behind even cheating, like the beating, for example, the violence, you're not going to ask someone to stay there just because it's not okay to divorce. No. When it's getting violence, like you have your man like really putting their hands on you, and it's getting consistent, and it's getting even worse. No, just no, I'm not gonna advise someone to just stay for the sake of marriage, and because that's what I say, people are getting killed,
right?
And all that
people
stuff.
are getting killed. Yeah, that one you're right. So for me, when I met about not getting married more than once, is that for me, I want to get married more than once, and the only reason I said that is that even my relationship wasn't working out right, and I end up finding another woman, I want to get married.
Okay.
Because I already been married once. So I don't want to get married again, because if I get married again, it might end up being the same.
Thing.
And I have to move to the next again. Yeah. So the moment I marry once and that don't work out, the next person I meet don't need to get married. We can just be in a relationship.
Okay.
I mean, other people get married, and that it's okay.
Yeah.
But just for me, speaking for my friend, like I wouldn't get married, because I feel like loyalty is just one thing that if it don't work out, if you was in one that didn't work out, you should know to always expect that it's still going to be the same. I mean, it might not be the same, but even if you lose that person, you're still going to want to find somebody else to get married to. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just better you get married once. When it don't work out, it don't work out.
Yeah, I mean, I respect.
I mean, you might meet up with other women who want to get married, but
yeah. Like I said, maybe you're married before. Then the next one you meet, you say like, you be like, oh, I was married before, I don't want to
do it again.
Now you see, okay, I understand, your perspective, but I feel like, okay, we need to look at also like, okay, the other way. For example, you are married before, okay. Then you divorce, right? So you start seeing the next person,
right?
But that person that you're dating, they never been married before. They want to get married,
right?
So you feel like no. You see where I'm coming from?
So it's like you're gonna go teach somebody who don't know how to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
You got license, but he ain't got no license. Yes. So he still got to make his mistake, because you haven't made no mistake yet.
So it should be like, so now I'm being punished for something that I didn't do. You know what I mean? I'm not the one who's married with you before. So you know what I mean? So I feel like I don't want to call you selfish, bro.
I think you got a point, because there's level to it.
Yes,
there's level to it. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because the next person, you're like, okay, she loves you, she want to get married. But no, you're like, it's like you're a wounded, lion. You be like, no, I've been in this route before, I was wounded. But for her, she never went to that route. She wanted to. So she's
gonna have to go through it anyway, because everything that we learn is by mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta make mistakes to learn how to climb the next steps.
So I don't tell you going to tell her, you know what, I was married before. I'm not gonna. Then she'll be like, what about me? I've never been married before. I want to marry you. So. Yeah,
and I think I totally understand. I think that's why a lot of people still getting married.
Yes,
4, 5 times, 6, 7, 8 times. That's the reason why they actually get married, because it really don't make sense.
Or another thing,
if I was to get married and it didn't work out, and I want to go get married, I gotta go find somebody who was married before.
Yes.
Because why? She been in marriage before and I've been in marriage before.
Like, hey,
so we will both know what we did wrong in the
Yes.
last marriage to get it right in the next marriage. Now, you was right. When you do go to somebody who never got married before and you end up with that person, it's like you trying to train that person from what you just went through.
Yes.
So if they make a mistake and they decide to divorce you, you're still gonna go find another one. So you're going through the third one. The person going through the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like
you're
I understand.
right.
So maybe like another way is like just like you know, you have to let them know, you know, your way of seeing things, your perspective, or like, hey, you know, I like you, my girl, but hey, at the beginning of this, okay, my with my thoughts, you know, my way of thinking, I already went through this. I feel like I'm not in a position
to get married.
It's not up to her now to make the decision. Okay, I like this guy. Should I, you know, I know he's not gonna get married. Should I stay or continue? You know, it's going to be not to be up to them. Not like, okay, she's sitting there, you know, she's you know, going like it's like she's walking like blindly, like in the dark, not knowing, like expecting. You know, nowadays, like, you know, we live in a generation of women. Nowadays, even women now, they want to get married just to show off, or because so and so get married, because marriage, you know, is in the trend. I want to get married too.
My friend just got married.
Yes,
I want to get married.
You know what
too.
I mean? Yeah, I was the bridesmaid, and whatever. I'm waiting for my turn. So you're living with someone like she has dreams, you know, like, okay, one day, you know, he's gonna go on his knee, give me a ring, you know, marry me. But you, on the other hand, you're like, dude, I already went to this route. I'm not going. So then, you know, after like she's sitting like waiting 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, hey, dude, what's going on? Why, you know? Then by the time you start telling her, hey, I went through this, then it's gonna be a problem. Why didn't you tell me, you know?
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, you know, and again, you know, communication is very important. Let them know, you know, hey, we are seeing each other, we are dating, but this is how I'm seeing things. So
yeah. No, that's true. You're totally right. When it comes to marriage, it's you gotta be smart about it.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. You know, you can't have a driver license you've been driving for the past 30 years, and this person just have a permit.
Yes.
You know, and you think they're not gonna get in an accident, or before they even when they get their license today, you don't think they're gonna get in an accident? Because everybody who have license have probably experienced accident before.
Oh yes.
Because in order to be a perfect driver, you gotta have to get in an accident. That's how you gonna, you know how to mitigate out of the incident that's gonna come your way. You know.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't understand those other paths. You know, it's like a learning process. And every day we're going through it. We're going through it this and that. So there was an artist that was on here yesterday. You know, he was discussing about having a verses, music verses. I don't know if you have heard it before.
Yeah, I heard mostly like it's rappers that do those.
Yeah. Well, they have rappers going song to song. Sometimes like best hit song to best hit song. So you play your song, you perform your song, You know, right together. So you know, we have this thing that we have coming up for the artists in the community. You know, you can battle any artists that you want to battle. You can call them out. It's not like a battle. It's pretty much like an entertainment. It's just entertaining. It's not something personal. It's just you entertaining so the people can hear the music. You know, that's it. So people will hear your music. So what we decide to do is to come up with 150. Each artist that is waiting to do it, they'll come up with 150 to register with their own money. You register with another artist, and then he'll bring 150. You bring 150. Whoever wins will take away $500. So we're gonna put extra 200 on there for the winner and stuff like that.
So how is the voting going to be? Who's going to vote? The public? No, the audience.
So if we, the fans. We're not gonna be the one to pick who wins or not. No. It's gonna be up to the crowd that's watching. So they will decide who got better music. Who music are they vibing to? Who music? That's how you gonna identify. Oh yeah, people fuck with my music. Should I still keep going, or should I stop doing it? Because I will be wasting my time if I just doing music. Ain't nobody fucking with it. You know, you spend a lot of money. You know, because music ain't easy. It's a lot of money. I mean, just because just because it might not vibe to your music too, don't mean you should quit. Because there's still other people out there that ain't heard your music yet.
Oh yeah.
You know, you never know what path, but it will be good for people to hear your music.
Yes.
You know, because what we want is to be heard. That's exactly what we look for, is to be heard. Is to send message out there for people to hear what we want to say.
I agree. That's a
Yeah.
very good. That's the best way to promote, like music, because
To
people
promote.
get excited.
Exactly.
Just battling you, then they can get an opportunity to to listen, this kind of music. Yeah.
So I wanted to bring it to your attention. I know you do Afro beats, right?
Yes.
You do Afro beats,
Afro
and
beats,
they have other artists in the community that do Afro beat, like artists like Manny. Manny does Afro beat.
Yeah, that's my boy. We have
got
a song together.
Yeah, you got Young Baller. He does Afro beat. You got J Man that does Afro beats. So we got artists in the community that does Afro beats. So if you was willing to challenge any other artists, you can always let us know.
Sure.
And then we'll try to reach out to the artists too and let them know, oh hey, this dude want to do a versus with you. You know, bring your best 10 song and his best 10 song, and then we'll just run it from there. So this is stuff that we're just discussing with every artist in the community, because the summer is coming. We want to make it fun.
Yeah,
we want we want people to we want to keep it entertaining for the people. So but it's nothing personal. It's gonna be discussed behind closed door to where we have contract. Everybody understand that this ain't gonna be a beef.
Yes.
This can't be a beef. This is just about entertaining. So let's make it happen and do it in a fun way. So yeah, I wanted to bring that to your attention. So you're already on here. But yesterday we had Nima Ball. He won a battle. This other artist they call Crown Ball.
Okay.
So they're both rappers.
Oh,
so they wanna battle each other. So he called him out. So I'll reach out to him to see what he say.
Okay.
If he agrees, we'll make it happen. If he don't agree, we'll keep it moving. Cool. Just like that. So that's
a good idea. I'm looking forward to that. So.
Yeah. But if you're down to do it, we'll reach out to. I always try to reach out to some of the artists who want to do it, and I'll just tell them, oh, J-Packo.
I don't know, like a lot of artists here, like they do R&B. Afro beats.
Afro beats.
Many, but if you have like a list,
it's not just.
I can listen to, then I can see, you know what I mean? Yeah, someone like I can,
that you can do it with. Okay. But they do have a lot of different artists, not just those guys I called. They got other artists too, African artists that are out here that, they might not be too much into the community. But we do have other African artists out here, because I know somebody else too. So, yeah, we can definitely make that happen. Or if you do find somebody who's a Congolese artist, that you can do a Congolese song or a Congolese, that would be nice too.
Sure.
Yeah, it would be really nice. Because it gotta make sense to do it.
Yes.
We can't say we're gonna do a Congolese music versus American music. They're not the same.
They're the same, yeah.
So it won't really match.
Yeah.
They want to identify who got the best song, because you're not hearing what this person's saying. So we're trying to make it match to where it's gonna make sense. So yeah, we look forward to doing stuff like that. Is there anything else that you want to say to the fans, the people that are watching, before we wrap it up for the day? Or?
Not really, but it's just a message about one of the most sensitive topic we talk about. The killing in the community. It's something that we need to advocate for peace, and keep having this kind of podcast talking about this, advocating, just teaching people, to have that self-awareness, when it comes to domestic violence, because now you start hitting our community, which is not good. I remember when I moved here in 2015. People knew like Dimon was like a safe place. People living in these big cities. Coming to
come here, come have fun. It's not like that no more.
Yeah, the people identify even this place like a place where you can raise a family. You know what I mean? Yes, and I think if things are trying to go in
the wrong
direction, we need to try, especially like people like us to have the voice, through podcast, music. we need to start advocating and people about the situation like this. It's very very important. And another thing, thank you for having me. I appreciate. I'm really impressed, man. Like to see you have your platform, like you use even the title itself, it says self-culture. It's yeah, we need to keep the culture. It's very important, and we need to invite people to support you more, and because we need to be to uplift ourselves. The culture.
Of course,
of course. Yeah, it's very 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 important. And keep doing what you're doing. And only the sky. I can't even say the sky be the limit to go beyond the sky.
Right. Yeah, most
so,
definitely.
And as for me, I'm back in town, and I'm taking it slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Still,
of course.
Taking it slow until I know I'll pick up. And this is my home, and a few of my guys, they know that I moved. Already here, but I know because I moved during winter, people are more indoor. But before we enter summer, people
they're gonna come out.
They're gonna come out. So
most definitely.
Yeah.
The community is still the same. You didn't miss nothing. Traffic still the same. The traffic is less. There's not too many cars like Dallas. You gotta be sitting in traffic all day in Dallas. I feel like that's the reason why I can't move to big city, because sitting in that traffic for 3-4 hours just trying to get to a 20-minute place.
You see, like to come to you, I just put in GPS, it was like 15 minutes. In Dallas, someone will invite you, have to go to a studio, to a podcast, like you have to drive for 40 minutes, 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Like you're comfortable. I'm like, man, when I moved there, man, it was hectic, man.
It's too far.
Too far. But even just moving here, just knowing with the fact that I'll type an address, it's like 10 minutes, max maybe 20 minutes.
Right.
I'm like, damn, like in Dallas, that was almost nearly impossible.
Yeah, now Dallas is busy.
Yeah, it's busy.
It's too busy. They have a lot of people coming from California.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too busy.
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston. I worked out there, so I wouldn't want to live out there. I want to be somewhere quiet. Even though there's trouble everywhere. Don't get it wrong. There's trouble everywhere. There's criminals everywhere. There's shooting everywhere. There's not a place you're gonna go that don't have, some type of trouble. But at least if you can.
Bro, I'm not lying. When I was living here, I didn't know anything about Amber Alerts. But in Dallas, bro, almost every single week, almost like every other day, you get an Amber Alert like, oh, a child is missing, is abducted.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So, and every time I see this, I'm like, damn, when I was in Des Moines,
you never heard this.
I never heard this. You know what I mean? Oh, like I don't know. The last time we saw the girl, she was wearing this, or there's a car. They give the information about the car. Somebody abducted a child. I'm like, man, this is just scary, man. Like.
Yeah, living over there with your kids, nah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I feel like the best places to live in America, being an African, is finding these little villages, man. You don't need to be in the city, man. This ain't your country.
If you go to a big city to go have fun, you can still travel.
Go have fun and come back.
I can want to go to New York, LA, whatever. I can still go travel and have fun.
You can go to Atlanta, have fun, and come back. But living in that city,
like where you're raising your family.
It's horrible. It's horrible because people get kidnapped every day.
Bro.
Every day, gunshots. Like, it's a lot of shit.
I'm telling you, bro. Every other day, you get this ambulance. Someone is missing. A child is missing. It's crazy.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Did you see this video of Ghanaian kicking out Nigerian from the country?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
I don't know what's going on, but it's like a whole. There's a lot going on, man. Like the whole world now, I don't know. It's just a lot going on. Ghanaian kicking Nigerian out of Nigeria. Ghanaian kill a Liberian person. Liberian want justice. It's just too much going on.
Oh, I think there's a lady yesterday. She mentioned that to me. She even came to me and asked me, "Are you from? Where are you from?" I'm not from Congo. Oh, thank God. If you're from Nigeria, she took 2 bottles of the beer. If it was Ghanaian, I would have just like do this. On your head. So I didn't understand. I was with Fabio. Fabio was just laughing. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, what happened to Ghanaian? I thought maybe she was drunk or something. So now that you mentioned this, I'm like, now I know why.
Now it was
violent.
Yeah.
People are violent. I'm like, damn, what's going on? I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Congo." Oh yeah. Oh, you like it? I'm like,
Yeah, it been a little bit of room, a little bit of
so it happened.
circulation on the internet about the.
Oh wow! It happened back in Africa in Ghana.
Yeah, it happened in
Oh,
Ghana.
man.
So he got killed out there,
Wow.
and you know when the dude got killed, Liberian won justice. So you know they
yes.
started making a lot of
Making
noise, and now Ghanaians are coming out like, "Hey, Liberian, y'all need to shut up."
Oh,
You
wow.
know, y'all kill each other. You don't be saying this stuff, but
That's-
you know, so it's just too much
It's
going
too much
on.
going on, bro.
Like I don't
Yeah.
know this whole diversity need to change.
Yeah,
They need to stop
yeah.
all that back and forth shit.
And like I
You
said,
know?
life itself is full of drama, man. Like we need to love one another. You know, see what is happening now in U.S., Iran, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's too much going on.
Too much going on, bro.
America-
Yeah, you see now we love sports. What the World Cup is coming.
Yeah,
I was looking forward, like, okay, to anticipating to go watch because my country is about to qualify to Congo. We have one game to go play in Mexico, you know, and I wanted even to go to Mexico to watch the game, and also like in Mexico in the same city, that's where the head of cartel was killed. The cartel was killed, you know. Yes, you know, and there was like no this trouble, the drama, the killing, the shooting, whatever. I'm like, I'm not going.
Damn.
And with whatever is happening now, even having like the World Cup here in the country, I'm like, I'd rather just watch on TV, bro. I avoid those public places because you see like the day that the US attacked, then we saw like in Houston, in Austin, in Texas, these Senegalese, alive people, like wounded like 14 people. I was watching in the news. Then there are some protesters in New York. Two of them get arrested because they throw some man-made bombs, whatever, grenade. Yeah, it's just a lot going on,
Yeah, I
and,
totally agree.
Yeah, flights are being delayed because it's just a lot going on, man. Like I was even advise people, man, nowadays just avoid mostly like public places until everything all the hot water cools down, and because you know how it goes in this country, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Living in this country for so many years,
Yeah.
you can't never say you don't know how to protect yourself.
Yes.
Whatever you can do to protect yourself, man, just be careful out there. You know, and be aware of people. You don't know what people go through every day.
Yes.
So, but yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on MME
Thanks for
TV
having me.
Labua Self-Culture. We was happy to have you. We had a good time. We hope to see you again.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime. And when you drop your new song, you have any project coming up?
I'm working on.
We'll be waiting to support you. We'll be
Yeah.
waiting to share your flyers. So make sure you hit me or DM me. So let's do stuff, man. We all live in a community where we're looking for the best for the community. So we all gotta unite. We all gotta work together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you watch, wherever place you're at, if you're not able to watch the video, you can go on YouTube, type in MME TV Liberia, you'll be able to watch the whole conversation that we had with one of the top Congolese artists, also known as former professional soccer player, J-Packo. Okay, J-Packo is back into Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh yeah.
He's back for the summer. He's waiting to have fun. And if you guys playing soccer tournament, he's also waiting to have fun too. So make sure y'all tap in with the dude. All right. Well, shout out to everybody who watched, man. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you for watching MME TV Labua Self-Culture. And don't change yourself. Okay? Don't change who you are for other people. Self-culture, always be yourself. Okay, I love you all. See ya.